With the release of the Surface Laptop Studio 2 and the expensive price, let's take a closer look at the now more affordable first generation Surface Laptop Studio. With the $500 price drop, the first generation Surface Laptop Studio is a more appealing option than the Surface Pro 9, one of my favorite 2-in-1 laptops. My wife bought this laptop for school, and since she doesn't start until September, she was kind enough to let me borrow it until then to make this video. In this review, we will take a look at the performance, battery life, and how it has been holding up in my day-to-day usage to find out if this is worth it. The design of the Surface Laptop Studio is quite unique and very interesting. The laptop is thick and a little heavy, so it's not the most portable laptop out there. The device features a sturdy magnesium aluminum casing, and my wife added a skin to protect it from scratches. I would recommend putting a skin on to keep it looking pristine. The configuration that I have here has the Intel Core i5 processor, 16GB of RAM, and 256GB of storage. This is the model that currently has a $500 discount, and the one with 512GB of storage comes with a $400 discount. The bottom of the laptop has this double base design, the lower part has a smaller area than the top portion, and this gives the illusion of the laptop floating at certain angles. This design allows you to store the Surface Slim pen underneath the front side. There are strong magnets to keep the pen in place while keeping the pen charged. So the pen will only attach when the Microsoft logo is facing out, and this is a pretty neat design. So far, I have not had the pen fall off. It's done a good job at keeping it in place. Like most modern laptops, the downside is that it has limited connectivity. But a great thing is that it has two USB-C Thunderbolt ports, and this lets you connect it to an external GPU or connect it to an external drive and get super fast data transfer speeds. The USB-C ports are nicely spaced out so you can plug in two USB drives next to each other. On the other side, there's a Surface Pro Connect port and a headphone jack. Now, one thing that would have been nice to have is a USB-A port or an SD card slot. You would definitely need to purchase a USB-C hub if you plan on plugging in multiple peripherals to this laptop. The display is a visual delight, offering vibrant colors and a sleek design with thin and uniform bezels. The tall 3:2 aspect ratio and the 14.4-inch pixel sense display size felt like a perfect size for multitasking. I had a comfortable experience having tabs side by side without needing to zoom in on each one constantly like I do with the Surface Pro 9. Now, where the magic happens is with the display. The display articulates. If you grab and push from the middle or top corner, you can flip the entire display to the back side, which is convenient if you need to show what's on your screen to someone sitting on the other side of you. The screen also comes forward at a slight angle to give you a closer view without you needing to move the laptop closer to you, and the screen stays in place thanks to magnets. Now, this covers the keyboard, but you can still use the trackpad to navigate or the touchscreen. The screen will also lay flat, which is a good angle for note-taking or drawing. Something that would have made this better, at least for me, is if it could lock at a 5 or 10 degree angle. This is the angle that I find the most comfortable to draw at. You can keep the display elevated like this as long as you don't apply too much pressure, but it will eventually start to slide down. The hinge mechanism was my biggest concern in terms of durability, but this has been holding up incredibly well. You can open and close the laptop without the screen moving out of place. It will only move out of place when you want it to move out of place. The bezels are slim enough that if you place your thumb there, you can accidentally click on the X and close the application. I tend to adjust the screen from the left corner to avoid this. So the base configuration is powerful enough for most users. It can run all your Microsoft apps, and it can handle photo editing and some light video editing. I found that this laptop is excellent for editing YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels because of the taller display. Now, if you need something that can handle 4K video editing, you will need to get the model with the 3050 Ti GPU. The display has been very responsive while note-taking and drawing. Windows isn't the most optimized to use with a pen compared to an iPad Pro, but it's good enough for taking class notes. When drawing, the lines aren't always smooth. Depending on how fast you draw your lines, you will notice some jittery lines. The speakers on these are louder than the Surface Pro 9 and deliver a better experience when watching movies. However, it could use a bit more bass. The typing experience, just like on most Surface devices, feels excellent. I feel like it feels slightly better than the Surface Pro 9 due to the greater 1.3mm key travel. The 3 levels of backlight is more than enough light to see the keys in a dim lit environment. Something else that I like on this laptop is how large the touchpad is. You can comfortably use 4 or 3 finger gestures on here, and this has been working flawlessly. Now, something that I'm not a big fan of is the way the touchpad works. It uses haptic vibration motors for presses, similar to how the MacBook trackpad works. I prefer the actual click when pressing down. Now, this is just my opinion. You may find this type of trackpad more enjoyable. The battery life on this will vary depending on how hard you run it. I have been pleasantly surprised with how good the battery life on this is. With the display set to 120Hz and connected to Wi-Fi, Bluetooth enabled, and the screen set to 60% brightness, I have been seeing a consistent 9 to 10 hours of battery life while scripting, watching videos, and scrolling through articles. Now, this is not close to the advertised 18 hours of battery life that Microsoft claims, but it's good enough for a full day of usage. Now when I do more graphic intensive tasks like editing photos or videos, the battery life drops quite dramatically. I get roughly 4.5 hours of usage. That is still a decent amount of battery life for the task at hand. Throughout my usage, I have really enjoyed using the Surface Laptop Studio as my daily laptop. If you are a professional, a student, or someone who is looking for the flexibility of the Surface Pro 9 and the stability of a normal laptop, then this is the laptop for you. But if you need something that is very light and portable and that you can use as a tablet, then I recommend taking a look at the Surface Pro 9. With the price drop of the Surface Pro Studio, it makes the first generation Surface Laptop Studio worth it. Alright, so that does it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to drop a like if you found the video helpful and subscribe for more tech related videos, and I will talk to you on the next one.